SWAT team with their big weapons just storm into the school. So imagine what my mom saw. I think I'm gonna start filming in front of my window because my hair looks more blue-black. I look more like myself. This artificial lighting sometimes is just not it. Hey guys, it's Alessia. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alessia and I make commentary videos, reactions, story times, different things, but I mainly like talking about things happening in our society, giving my little 2 cents, you know, inspiring, motivating you guys, just putting a smile on your face. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 2 things that happened to me during my school years. But before that, I made a playlist just last night, and I put songs that give me nostalgia, give me certain vibes. So if you're looking for that type of music, here's my playlist. You might like it right there on my channel. Make sure you guys stick to the end because I have some bloopers because I was messing up a lot in this video. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get on with this video. So the first story is something that happened not too long ago. It was actually my last year of high school, and I feel like it did kind of take a toll on me, and I'll explain why. A few weeks prior to this happening, there was an actual shooting at a nearby school, and someone literally died in the hallways. So one morning, I went to English class. It was around 11 o'clock, and I was just sitting in English class. We were doing our thing, and then literally when the bell was supposed to ring, I remember I got my stuff on my jacket, and I was like lining up at the door because I was gonna go home for lunch like I usually do. As we were at the door, we hear the announcement coming on saying staff lockdown, and the whole class starts getting all excited and like jittery, and then we all kind of rush to the corner. I'm not sure in your country because I know we have people from all over the world here. Basically what we do is when there's a lockdown in a school, in a mall, what you're supposed to do is shut off the lights, lock the doors, close the windows so they can't see in, and you're supposed to kind of hide in a corner away from the window. We hide in a corner. Of course, we're all like, what's going on? Now, I didn't know if it was real or not. To me, this was my logic, why I thought this could be real. Why would they have a lockdown right at lunch? Because they know that it's gonna cut into the lunchtime and people are gonna complain, and then they're gonna have to give us a longer lunch, which means less teaching time. So of course they're not gonna do a practice during lunchtime. We all start looking around in confusion. 2 minutes passed, 5 minutes passed. Everybody was on their phones and the teacher was telling us to be quiet, and I was looking around all confused. So then my few classmates were beside me and they were on their phones, and you know, they were kind of talking to each other. Basically, they showed me something on their phone of a group chat saying, this is real, and the teacher comes around saying this is a real lockdown. Can I be honest with you guys? We're not in the US. There are people with weapons, but it's not as common as the US. If I was in the US, I probably would have lost my crap. I told myself, we're locked in a classroom. There's thousands of people in this building. The police is on their way. Like, I didn't feel that scared. But then we found out it was real, and you know what my first thought was? My mom. Let me say why. So basically, we found out that there might be someone with a knife, a gun, something like that was happening. I thought to myself, wait, my mom is at the school because she comes at lunch to pick me up. So a million thoughts were rushing through my head. I was like, is she okay? Because she was outside. So if there really was a dangerous person, they're outside with my mom in the car in the front. She's an easy target. So I was like, oh my gosh. So then I text my mom and she doesn't answer. And then I was also texting one of my friends that is like lives in another city. So I was like, can you call my grandma's house? Because I wasn't able to get a hold of my mom. And I couldn't call her or call anybody because we weren't allowed to be on our phones. My mom was not picking up. That's when my panic started. Now, I didn't really have panic attacks because I was on anti-anxiety medication for a while, but I wasn't on antidepressants at this time, or for my anxiety. And I feel a wave of panic. I felt it. I was having a panic attack. And I told the classmates, I was like, yeah, my mom might be outside. And he looked worried. And then, oh my gosh, I finally get a hold of my dad. Alessia, are you okay? And I'm like, are you guys okay? Because I wasn't hearing from anybody. Basically what happened was the one time my mom comes, picks me up and doesn't bring her phone. So what she did was she saw a bunch of police cars. There were literally 6 police cars. The SWAT team with their big weapons just storm into the school. So imagine what my mom saw. She was like crapping her pants. So she drives to my dad with my sister. So as I was texting my dad, he literally said that my mom is coming back to the school to get me. And I'm like, no, drive away. Why are you coming back to get me? What if there's actually an intruder outside? But knowing that my mom was okay, or my family was okay, was important because we lived in close proximity of the school. Really freaking close, like walking distance. We get out of lockdown, and you know what they say? They let us go. And they didn't cancel the school for the rest of the day. And I'm like, what? They didn't shut down school for the rest of the day, which didn't make sense to me. But then now I think that there probably wasn't a real threat. That's why they didn't want to shut down school. Okay, so then I get out of the school and my dad comes, picks me up, and he's asking me what happened. And I was telling him. So we drive to my grandma's house, and that's where all of us are. And basically everybody was panicking. My mom basically her finger got bruised, like swollen. She almost had to go to the emergency because as she was getting into the car panicking because of what was happening, she slammed her finger into the door. And like she's fine now, like it healed and everything, but a lot was happening at once. And we were just explaining what was happening, and even like everybody saw all the cars. And my mom was telling me when she was at the school, one of the moms was like, they're under the tables, like everybody was freaking out outside. So we, like, everybody started panicking, including my mom. My sister said she was calm. My younger sister was trying to calm my mom down. Mom's literally freaking out. My dad's even freaking out, and I'm like calming them down. Like I was fine, but I didn't realize it was gonna hit me after. So I was all calm, and I actually I didn't mind going back to school because we had an assignment that we couldn't miss. So I went back to school, but our classes were like nearly empty. Like if there was 30 kids, maybe like 10, 15 of them showed up. So most people use that as a reason to like not go back to school, whether they were actually scared, whether they just used it as an excuse. And we were all talking about what was happening. Then the next day they just said there was an incident, but nobody got hurt, or they were responding to a threat. So basically we don't know what the heck happened, but there was just rumors around saying that a 9th grader or a 10th grader had like a knife or like I don't know, but like nobody got hurt. Like they didn't tell us much, and that's what bothers me, because wouldn't it be better to tell us who it was, or at least to tell us what happened so we can be safe, we can be careful? So I don't know what happened, but I told this story on TikTok when this happened, and a lot of people were invested. It got like 80,000-90,000 views. I was fine, but then after that I started getting panic attacks at school. But I wasn't getting panic attacks because I was thinking of what happened. I was just getting random panic attacks. So my therapist just thought that kind of like traumatized me or something, even though I didn't realize it. And then I started having separation anxiety from my mom, and she thought it was also because when the situation was happening, I didn't know what was happening with my mom. So yeah, that was a mess, and it just annoys me because it's just kids these days. Like if this all didn't happen, I wouldn't have been in the state I was. I wouldn't have to leave school, because then a bunch of stuff, ever since that lockdown, I couldn't go back to school. I had to go online. It was a mess just for one kid that just couldn't control himself. There's so much I can say about our generation, man. But yeah, thankfully nobody got hurt, even though there were incidences around other schools near me. I'm telling you, the city I live in, I don't like it. But yeah, guys, that's all for this video. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I'm Alessia, and I talk about I'm already screwing up. This is like the 5th time I've screwed up this video. Okay. Hi guys, this is Alessia. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alessia, and I make videos. I think today's just not my day to film. Like people even like watching me. I'm messing up so much. Seriously, these shirts, man.